Hello everybody, today I just wanted to talk about one of my favorite toy lines that I own. It's the Mezco comic book Hellboy line. I think this line came out in 2004, 2005, 2006-ish era. It's been so long, I don't even remember. It was a long time ago, almost 20 years ago. Probably was 20 years ago, but this line at the time I was only collecting I think Marvel Legends, some NECA stuff. I wasn't really collecting too many other lines yet at the time, because I mean at the time there wasn't, it's not like now there's anything you could think of has an action figure line by somebody. But at the time I think mostly the big dogs were Marvel Legends, and I think DC Direct, and I think NECA was starting to really get a lot of other licenses for other stuff. But Mezco at the time was known for making I think Living Dead dolls, stuff like that. And then they started making these Hellboy figures. I think they had a Hellboy license, so they made these Hellboy figures, and like the sculpts were amazing even for the time. Like there's stuff that comes out today that doesn't even look as good as these figures did. But the sad part was that I think they only made 2 waves of this line, and after that it was over. So I just wanted to show you some of the figures I have. I am missing one. I never got one of them. I'll show you which one it is. But I have all the other ones, most of them. I think aside from maybe like some Comic-Con exclusives I don't have, but I have pretty much the main ones. So yeah, let's get it going. So beginning with the first one, here we have the main guy, Hellboy, and this figure was probably, I think this figure has like 4 different versions of this figure. I think he has like a screaming mouth one. He has one with the trench coat, which I wish I had that one, because this one didn't come with a trench coat. And it's the trench coat he's literally always wearing. So that figure's a little too expensive to try to buy now. I could just try to find maybe someone that's like a third-party seller that sells like the trench coat or something and try to put it on there. But yeah, this figure is just great. Look at it. It's a really nice figure. Here we have Liz Sherman, who's also part of the BPRD team, and yeah, she came with like some fire effects stuff, because that's her power. She's like a pyrokinesis, so she came with fire effects and stuff like that. And I lost a lot of these accessories. I was young. I didn't take care of my stuff that good at the time, especially like the accessories on a lot of my older stuff. I can't find some of it. But yeah, this figure is just the sculpt, the face, just everything just looks like it just stepped right out of the comic. Next up we have Roger the Homunculus, and this figure is it wasn't my favorite, but at the time when I got it, and as I've had it over the years, it's really grown on me. Just the sculpt on it is really good, because it's just it doesn't really stand out. It's just, like a brown color, but it's once you see it with the rest of the figures, it really makes for an awesome display. Next up we have Johann Kraus, who's the German scientist, the sidekick of the BPRD team. He was another figure at the time when I bought him. I wasn't too crazy about him, because I've never been the biggest Johann Kraus fan, but as over the years, as I've had him, I've grown to appreciate this figure a lot more. Just like the Liz Sherman, he had a lot of accessories to try to showcase some of his abilities, and yeah, I don't have those anymore, so yep. Now next, this one was his Abe Sapien. He was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I didn't get it when it first came out. My girlfriend actually got it for me for one of my birthdays. Thanks, babe. And I think this was the last figure that was released for the line. I think after this they just didn't make anymore. So the last figure of the line was this Abe Sapien, and it ended up being a Comic-Con exclusive. The spear on his hand, the lower part got broken, so I lost the bottom part. So I just have him with the upper part of the spear. So yeah, this is a very good figure. It still looks good to this day, and probably still the best comic Abe Sapien figure ever made. plastic one at least. So yeah, what do you think about this one? Now next we have Lobster Johnson, who this one is probably my favorite figure out of the whole line. I just think the look, the sculpt, just you can see the lobster claw hand on his left hand. I just think this figure just looks great on a shelf. Just the animated look, everything like this really embodies what a comic book figure looks like when done in good plastic form. And yeah, sometimes I just stare at it on the shelf and I'm just in awe of how great this figure is. Then last but not least of the figures and the ones I have is the Krygaf number 10, and it comes with the head of Hermann von Klempt, which was a Nazi scientist. Because I mean, that's pretty much what the Hellboy story is. There's a bunch of it's a BPRD team that fights paranormal stuff, and they fight Nazis and stuff like that. So a lot of the characters and monsters are Nazis and stuff. So yeah, so this figure is just something about gorilla figures and, you know, like giant monkey ape characters that just look so cool when they make figures of them. You know, like DC, the Ultra Humanite, Monsieur Mala, Gorilla Grodd. You know, when NECA did those Planet of the Apes figures, like it's just something about monkeys. You're like Kilgore from Spawn. Just all those freaking when you do gorilla, big old chunky gorilla, monkey, ape characters, they just look so good in plastic form. So yeah, this figure just looks great in the collection next to all the other ones. As you can see here, they assembled, I mean, a pretty good BPRD team. I would have loved to see like a Ben Daimyo, some of the other characters of the BPRD, but you know, even when you just have these, it still makes for a great display. We could have gotten more villains, you know, the Wolves of St. August. We could have gotten some of the frog monsters. We could have gotten what's his name, Cronin, or Grigory Rasputin, which was, you know, some of the, you know, main characters that, you know, unfortunately didn't make it out. There was one more figure I didn't get, like I said earlier in the video, and it was the alien figure. So I'll try to maybe track one down. I know sometimes you can find a cheaper one every now and then on Mercari. Sometimes someone puts it, but you know, people scoop those up really fast whenever they see, especially this line. This line over the years has gotten really, really expensive. So, you know, I hear of people that, you know, maybe get one every couple years to try to complete this line. And, you know, the alien will probably be the next one I try to track down. But yeah, this line is awesome. They look great together. What do you think of this line? Do you have any of these figures? You know, comment below. You know, if you like these kind of videos, I could do, you know, other, you know, lines that were kind of ended abruptly and, you know, were great for their time. So, you know, like and subscribe if you can, please, and comment. And see you on the next video. Peace.